Online store fufura ba your friend abiexpress.com. Uwa brochimemu na upobia to bibie friga na mawa en how hukra. And one is a ubeko online. Now what type it www.abiexpress.com. Now me say open taria enye nipa baako na eton. Upe laser enye nipa baako na eton. Upe keitia enye nipa baako na eton. Upe bia no enye nipa baako na eton. Omu wanya your friend multiple vendors. Now me say uto wadian so enche kura na wonsaka. U America, UK, Canada. Yes, ya for nine na baby bia wo bia no ombe shipi wunyama no dia bro in no time. Now me say Abi Express no I yes a makola ewo online abiexpress.com kai say abi ni ABBI abiexpress.com online store papa abiexpress.com all in one source ampa.
What a new way to cool off and quench your thirst. And now everyone is enjoying the surprising experience of Paradise Pack treated drinking water.
Hi.
Join the refreshing experience and enjoy the all-new Paradise Pack treated drinking water. Paradise Pack treated drinking water. Drink pure, live more. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Day bapemene insushemu amayati asesensu eyenkwa na asase edawe emu hanchichemu aduosonso eyensu na sete sadia denti na wotena se emensukom ane insu enwanwo yiraw emawani tuka wonsem erade na ye drilling company limited won ababeso how bebria na nipa nemu efa insu ho wobetu asase yem kopem se wobetu nsu pa ehotew ne watu adiamawo borehole drilling yayebi water treatment services yaye visibility studies ehun se baabia wo kire yense to know a yadi betu su asase yem ansani yetu ye hand any electronic pump installation hydrofracture ya the machines ahoro esi asase ni ya twinsu na fi baby biare wa begu faako yem borehole drilling no ehotew utimenom wode horade egware mpa unya ohaw ankrankrai afiesim apartment ahoro insurance hotels estate developers wasing ben nyumeku momre ne rade na ya drilling company limited ya bebu am wenyen supa putu yang was 0245 636-634 and 02471-71472. Eradinaya Drilling Company Limited. This is Sue Ayonkwan.
Hello. You're bringing back memories. Kwame Nkrumah. Yeah. Asana usubetono ne daria for dada before them just no weather omanema. Hello mebu ngompa go renechi o. Omamumu. Waria otutu wananti amane na ji from Nimriketu. Yeah, be anyway, 50 break on Daniel Dupont. And when you see an amana Daniel Dupont, you fly, go to grow your body, in the sky, you want to go away, what's it when you die?
Okay, good morning and welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Africa with me, Kwame Nkrumah, aka DJ for the public enemy who has no one. It's been a minute being with you here on the show. Yes, I've not gone anywhere. I'm around, just that we're trying to put things together for the better for all of us. I'm not supposed to come live, but I decided to do this show today to mark our Heritage Month and our Independence birthday, which happens to be tomorrow. So happy birthday in advance to all the Ghana men and women. If you were born on 6 March 1957 and you are a woman, you are either called Mami Ghana or Auntie Ghana. So happy birthday in advance going out to you, Auntie Ghana from Swaman Dabieso, and also all the Mr. Ghanaians around the globe watching me this morning. Please, if you were born on 6 March 1957, WhatsApp me on 024-7785-986, 024-7785-986, and I'll do a special shout out to you. Or somebody who was born on 6 March 1956, which was a Tuesday. So today, as my show, I always want to give education. I want Ghanaians to know that it is erroneous and historically and factually wrong for us to call Ghana Ama Ghana. You understand? Ghana is not Ama. If we are to give Ghana a name, and for that matter, a female or gender, Ghana is actually a queer or kukua. I don't know what Tuesday means in your language. Ghana was born on a Wednesday, which is 6th of March 1957. So today, what are we talking about? We are asking the question and finding answers to that question: why the Ghana's first president, first black prime minister, and first black president spend some amount of money on other African countries. Was it wrong? Was it right? This has been some debate that has been going on about that great man, and a lot of people feel that this man did not do the right thing by going out there to support other African countries who were financially not strong at his time. And today we are going to go into the perspective why he did that, and is it something he shouldn't have done? By the time we are done with the show, you're going to know all of that. And plus, we are going to also listen to one of his powerful message that nearly got Africa united. And above all, is it worth it for black people all over the world to unite, to become one people? This and many more we'll be looking at. So please keep your messages coming on Facebook, the Chronicles of Adnan Moshe, as you're watching. And also, if you want me to read it easily for you, send them on the WhatsApp number scrolling beneath the screen on 024-7785-986. If you are not in Ghana, you make sure to add the country code, which is +233. That is if you don't have the number already. You need to add that number. And please do share the videos, and also go to YouTube and subscribe to our new YouTube channel. This show will be uploaded onto the channel, which is CSF TV. Do well to subscribe and click the notification button so that anytime we come live, you get it. Once again, my name is Kwame Bibini Teria, aka DJ Fuad. So before we go in, let's go and listen to a speech that Kwame Nkrumah gave when he assembled all the African freedom fighters and head of state at the time in Ghana for them to deliberate about how Ghana can win, Africa can win itself from colonization, neo-colonization, and imperialism. So let's listen to that speech. After that, I'll come and give you the facts, and if there's figures, about why Kwame Nkrumah had to support or spend money on some African countries. Let's go and listen to that statement.
Welcome to the Great African Leadership Series, where we feature great inspirational speeches and quotes from African leaders.
Fellow freedom fighters, comrades and friends, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to Accra and to this conference of African freedom fighters and supporters of the growing movement for Africa's liberation and unity. It is good for our cause to have a periodic meeting of this kind to examine our position in the great struggle to rid Africa completely and forever of imperialism and its handmaidens, colonialism and neocolonialism. Africa is rich and not poor. As the great wealth that has been taken out of our continent over 5 centuries of spoliation and extortion very well proves. Africa has immense actual and potential wealth: gold, diamond, copper, manganese, bauxite, iron ore, uranium, asbestos, chrome, cobalt, a host of other minerals. Our essential agricultural produce have all been drained away by colonialist imperialism. Africa is far from being poor. It is Africans who are poor, not Africa. And they are poor because of the uncounted profit that has been made out of the exploitation of their labor and their lands. If we are being baited to enter a European community, we must have something that community needs, and needs badly, when it pretends to offer a bonus by way of aid. When Greeks come bearing grapes, should we not look them well in the mouth, if I may mix my metaphor? But I'm sure you get my meaning. I raise this point so that it will stay in your minds when you may be tempted by the seductive promises of new colonialism to forget the real character of colonialist imperialism and be persuaded away from your own true interests and those of Africa. For today, we must each see ourselves as part of Africa in order that we may face colonialist imperialism and its new form, neocolonialism, on a continent-wide front. For unity must be the keynote of our actions. Our enemies are many, and they stand ready to pounce upon and exploit our very weakness. They tell us that this particular person or that particular country has greater or more favorable potentialities than the other. They do not tell us that we should unite, that we are all as good as we are able to make ourselves once we are free. Remember, always, that you have 4 stages to make. First, the attainment of freedom and independence. Secondly, the consolidation of that freedom and independence. Thirdly, the creation of unity and community between the free African states. Fourth, the economic and social reconstruction of Africa. This requires some plain speaking. And for the sake of Africa, let us speak plainly. As I see it, our greatest danger stems from disunity and the inability to see that the realization of our hopes and aspirations the realization of our objective of total African independence and of our future progress and prosperity is inextricably bound up with the necessity to unify our policy and actions in connection with the continued struggle for independence and the greater task of economic and social reconstruction beyond it. We must therefore face the issue of African unity now, for only unity will make the artificial boundaries and regional demarcations imposed by colonialism obsolete and superfluous. African unity will thus provide an effective remedy for border disputes and internecine troubles. In a united Africa, there could be no frontier claims between Ethiopia and Somalia, or between Zanzibar and Kenya, Guinea or Liberia, or between Ghana, Togoland, and the Ivory Coast. Because we would regard ourselves as one great continental family of nations. Some of the leaders, it must be confessed, do not see the struggle of their brother Africans as part of their own struggle. Even if they did, they would not be free to express their solidarity. These rifts are consciously created by the imperialists between Africans, where they can sit back and watch with sly satisfaction, as well as contempt for those who fail to see how they are being used against Africa's best interests. Regrettably, those states include some who were among the freedom fighters of yesterday and who haven't won their independence, are willing to drop it for some token aid, and thereby deny to those still struggling for freedom even their moral support. Here is a phenomenon against which all African freedom fighters must be on their guard and resist to the utmost. Even though I appreciate the difficulties facing us, I must admit, I find it strange to watch some of us returning willingly to the colonialist fold. This time, they don't even have the excuse of being forced to subject themselves to foreign domination. It makes one wonder, why so much effort and sacrifice and so many lives were given up to the achievement of independence in the first place, if it can only be so quickly and easily surrendered. We must begin to build immediately our own continental common market. For it is easy for anyone who studies the common market organization closely to realize that the common market is aimed at harnessing the African countries to satisfy the profit lust of the imperialist bloc and to prevent us from following an independent neutralist policy. It is easy to see that the imperialists and the colonialists are determined to retain the African countries in the position of suppliers of cheap raw materials. If we do not resist this threat, and if we throw in our lot with the common market, we shall doom the economy of Africa to a state of perpetual subjection to the economy of Western Europe. This will, of course, hinder the industrialization of our young African states. It is impossible to think of economic development and national independence without possessing an unfettered capacity for maintaining a strong industrial power. The activities of the common market are therefore fraught with dangerous political and economic consequences for the independent African states. The organization constitutes an attempt to replace the old system of colonial exploitation by a new system of collective colonialism, which will be stronger and more dangerous than the old evils we are striving to liquidate from our continent. This is another reason why we should come together in a unified African economic plan, which, operating on a continental scale, can make a solid attack on the imperialist domination in Africa. We should, without delay, aim at the creation of a joint African military command. There is little wisdom in our present separate effort to build up and maintain defense forces, which, in any case, would be ineffective in a major world conflict. If we examine this problem realistically, we would ask, which single African state could protect itself against an imperialist aggressor? And how much more difficult this would be when some states are allowing the imperialists to maintain bases on their territories. I have already referred to the military forces which South Africa is raising and the danger it poses for the new African states and the struggle of those still in chains. Only our unity can provide us with anything like adequate protection. Those problems can best be met within a unified Africa, and it should be possible in the higher reaches of our endeavor to devise a constitutional structure which will secure the objectives I have outlined, and yet preserve the sovereignty of each of the countries joining the Union. Countries within the Union will naturally maintain their own constitutions, continue to use their own national emblems and national anthems and other symbols and paraphernalia of sovereignty. Regional associations and territorial groupings can only be other forms of balkanization unless they are conceived within the framework of a continental union. There are existing models which we can modify or adapt to our pattern. The United States of America, the Soviet Union, India and China have proved the efficacy of unions embracing large stretches of land and population. Long live African freedom fighters. Long live African independence. Long live your struggle. And long live African unity.
And share this video with friends and
All right, I got goosebumps at a point in time when I was listening to this message, which was delivered in Accra by the great Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And I must confess that I used to be a great Kwame Nkrumah hater. Yes. Okay. And you know for me, Mobibiachi, Mobibia Kwaba. I can remember Yura don't do Premoato. Mobibia Kwaba at the back. Good morning, Africa. So na me chemu say ye wo ade bi eda ye adwunum say ye mampani odi kan ye Osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah eyi Ghana sika e de ko ball Africa amani bi ho eban na ye bisa say eye ana enye sanse ngofo we bedwen say sa sika kakra bi a oyi ye say so ana say so ano ode ko ball Africa countries ni bi no amwa enye na nka odisasika nyina ahye Ghana anka bia Ghana enti se de yetie na yebedi nkomo kakra ni ahwe se sasika na odekọ Africa countries no na magana ye na yetie ana se omo a ombedi ya omai so atawo no na omo hu ba bia omo de omo poma besie eno enen semisa ye bisa enano pai na nso na ye kwakotie osade foto de Kwame Nkrumah na numu asem no medical catcher say Ghana ya woda enye ama ye mfre Ghana ama ye Canada ye G ye fa hudi a ye ukuada ye 6th of March 1957 no na ye ukuada Wednesday inti eno so a bit of history and I'm Mr. Catcher say men so maybe a twam na me obi a ope omo mpe Kwame Nkrumah asem a na me kan pa a sign say oba Ghana ye books a risua de e fa ye mpanfo ho a ade asam kakra ye kan fa Kwame Nkrumah ho nyina aye negative ye nka papa bi amfa ne ho o say Ghana economy or the Ghana ska kobo a aman foforo nsem bebre entimi nyini no a to JHS nyina no na me obi a me pe Kwame Nkrumah asem that's me dwene say ono na ma ya hwe ase ba me nyini wie ya me sha say me kan on the books or troye any commentary a amaya foforo atra fa ne ho no and I mean who say the man is not what we've been told in our books, but whatever it is no and net ni hear me eye Kwame Nkrumah boa Africa amaya hodo with Ghana's money no na ya na enye eno ne ebe kan ho asem awo hanom. So before you can understand and add your opinions or your math to the issues of whether Kwame Nkrumah did not do well by spending Ghana's money on other African countries, there's something you need to understand. And many of us go into the debate of Kwame Nkrumah spent our money on other African countries because he wanted to become the leader of Africa continent, and a whole lot of issues that has no basis and has no facts. And I used to be the same person. And this morning when I posted the topic before I came live, a lot of people gave a lot of comments. Some were saying that he was greedy, some were saying that he wanted to become Africa's leader and all of that. But just like myself some years ago, I didn't have the facts, I didn't have the knowledge, I didn't have his background. So there's something that I want everyone listening this morning to write down. There's something called the Pan-African Congress. The Pan-African Congress. If you want to know why Kwame Nkrumah spent and helped other African countries to gain their independence, go and learn about the Pan-African Congress. So today I will go through some readings of the first Pan-African Congress, the second Pan-African Congress, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. The fifth Pan-African Congress, which happened in 1945 in Manchester, United Kingdom, had Kwame Nkrumah as the secretary of the Pan-African Congress. And I think the last Pan-African Congress that was held in Ghana in 2015, and I was privileged to be part of that great meeting of black people from all over the world. I mean, for me, it's a plus for me as a young Pan-Africanist and as a young Nkrumahist. You know, a movement, a gathering that saw the whole of Africa liberated. You understand? So let's go into the Pan-African Congress series, which is why Kwame Nkrumah, when he got to Ghana, could not do anything than to help Ghana to win its independence and also help other African countries. So the Pan-African vision. In Africa, there was a general assumption on the part of colonial powers that Africans must wait patiently for limited political concessions and better career opportunities. Ex-servicemen and the educated urban class became disillusioned and were only too willing to listen to a socialist idea based on concept of equality and a new world order. In London, the Socialist Club attracted a wide audience of people who left marginalized African Irish nationalists and German Jews. Doris Lane was the site of a club exclusively for black soldiers. They had been disillusioned with the European war because they kept on having frightful clashes with English and American soldiers, besides the fact that the authorities treated them completely differently from the white soldiers. So during the First and Second World War, African soldiers played an immense role in making sure that that war happened. Whichever way they wanted to fight it, today is not a time to talk about that. But even that, Ghanaians and African soldiers who were there, they were receiving different treatment from the white soldiers. And this was what triggered the black people around the world to start coming together to think of possible independence of the black world, not only the African continent. So it says that I was working at that time in London in a communist group. Our group provided the Club of Negro Soldiers with revolutionary newspapers and literature, which had nothing letter from Jamaica writer and socialist Claude McKay to Trotsky in 1922. So the first Pan-African Congress happened in 1919. So please bear with me. And the second Pan-African Congress, because of time, I want to move on to the fifth Pan-African Congress. The second Pan-African Congress happened in 1921. That is 2 years after the first one. The Congress met in several sessions in London, Paris, and Brussels. The Indian revolutionary Shapoorji was introduced. The Ghanaian journalist W.F. Hutchins and spokes. This Congress was considered by some to be the most radical of all the meetings. The London session resulted in the Declaration of the World, as called the London Manifesto. England, with all her Pax Britannia, her courts of justice, established commerce and a certain apparent recognition of native laws and customs. So let's move on to the third Pan-African Congress, which happened in 1923. The fourth one happened in 1927. And the fifth one happened in 1945 during the Second World War. Okay, so this Pan-African Congress is where Kwame Nkrumah started joining and also started learning about how to fight for independence in his homeland and on the continent. But what made the last Pan-African Congress, which is the fifth Pan-African Congress in 1945, so important in the topic as to whether it was right or wrong for Kwame Nkrumah to spend Ghana's money on other African countries, is that the fifth Pan-African Congress had Kwame Nkrumah as its General Secretary. And those of you who have attended a Congress before, not a conference, those of you who have attended a Congress before, you realize that whoever becomes the secretary plays a pivotal role in the success of the current Congress and the subsequent one, the one that is to come. So Kwame Nkrumah had the opportunity of becoming the organizing secretary and the general secretary for the Pan-African Congress, which was held in Manchester. This was held in Manchester in the northwest of England. There were 90 delegates, 26 from all over Africa. This included Peter Abraham for the ANC, that's from South Africa, and a number of men who were to become political leaders in their countries, such as Hastings Banda, Kwame Nkrumah, Obafemi Awolowo, and Kenyatta. And you see, these were the people who came back to their country and became the first leaders, presidents or whatever, or prime ministers of their country at the time. There were 33 delegates from the West Indies and 35 from various British organizations, including the West African Student Union. W.E.B. Du Bois, the man who had organized the first Pan-African Congress back in 1919, was there too at the age of 77. But despite the turnout, this conference scarcely got a mention in British press. In other words, with the amount of noise that was made about this Congress, the British media did not talk about it because they knew this is what is going to make them lose control in Africa. So why should they give their best weapon to the enemy? It makes sense. But let's look at today. We give the local media that we have, we don't use it to support Africa, we don't use it to promote Africa, but we use it to promote elsewhere. Meanwhile, when Kwame Nkrumah and his peers were in Manchester organizing how to win independence in Africa, the British media did not talk about it. They didn't want anybody to even hear it, so that they realized that the people we are willing to win their independence. So one of the resolutions of the Pan-African Congress was that anyone who goes back to his country and be the first to win independence for his country should help some of the African countries to also win their independence, so that they also help the rest to win their independence. And as the secretary of the Congress, Kwame Nkrumah had that duty on his head. So fortunately or unfortunately, Kwame Nkrumah was the first person among all the people who attended the Pan-African Congress in 1945 in Manchester to win independence in his country. Yemfa emra fi kasadim. Enti na me kan say sa question say eye ana enye say Kwame Nkrumah e de Ghana sika ekohwe aman foforo no. Untimi nti ase da. Ubetimi ate ase ebra wasua bibi afa the Pan-African Congress. Na Pan-African Congress no eye de ense na me chemu of kasam no. Eye meeting ahodo a abibifo a na ewo amaname eka omuhubom ehia mu from 1919 up to 1945. Na omuhia bia omode dwene kwan ben so na yebefa so a yebekọ Africa ne akọje independent ede ama Africa ana yaje fahudie ede ama abibifo ma abibiman no mududo na. Okay, enti no omoye meeting ni bi 1919, 1921, 1927 and 1945. Na 1945 de no na sa wote ase a ubehu ni ntia Kwame Nkrumah uyi Ghana sika ni bi abra obeye leader no e de hwe Africa countries aka no. And say ye Congress ye wade be fe no resolutions ne ye free mhyiamu na se no ade a ye kwa akoye ne ye kan wo meeting na se na obia ekuduru a wade adijuma na baako na eye titru power resolution ni mu ne se baako na eye titru ewo resolution ni mu ewo Pan-African Congress na se ne se obia free Manchester don ko ne kurom na wo a obetimi age fa ahudi ama wo man no woje fa ahudi ni wi a boa oman aka no emudie obetimi bia na omo so enje omo fa ahudi esan se onkwa oje fa ahudi na omo mo twa omo hye na anje fa ahudi na omo ne abrofo na hwibo mu a o fa ahudi na wanya no mfa so bia ni so ntira kwa Nkrumah kan say the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. So what I say, enti omu free sa Pan-African Congress national nipa edikan a wonya ne fa ahodie ma ne man Kwame Nkrumah. Enti na sa asudie no eda ne so se obeye no obeye bia betimi bia am making sure say Africa man na aka no emududu bia obetimi no obetimi abo omo sika fam ene bibia obetimi de abo omo na omo so age omo fa ahodie. So what I say, essence asudi na da Kwame Nkrumah so obaboa ma other African countries any African na age ne fa ahodie ne ete say nsaman se e bia owura bi etenance na oyodefo na ne baya ba akopɛ na ne ba na atukwan nti o akakra na wu no na ne ba na ni ho nti wo ye na danfo ono say kwaku jiagudie wei fa emufa na me ba na wo kontum no so oba fafa ema no. So what I say na wo jiagudie no papa no wiye no o se an mi fie nyama busanfo nyina ya hiafo nti no akudie no emufa na so me fa ma ne ba no so no me san fa ni nyina e de ahwe me mabusia em se wo yesa en so ami enti Kwame Nkrumah edi saboshe no so eyese se waje fa ahudie ama Ghana de a kakra bi obetimi bia abre na abre nyina no obeye e de aboa other African countries na mo so anya omo fa ahudie. Enti wo sho ma bi se Guinea obo omo ma omo je omo fa ahudie bi ye no France 4 years say march independence there eni ade bia ya na oman bia no ye betutu akọ etutu ya tutu like po nyina edifi oman nim entina awose Kwame Nkrumah epesika kakra edekọboa Guineafo na omutimi ejira omna so as a newly independent country. Udio amoso kwa eto nchanya oboa Egypt oboa amama bebre baabi o ha yeska na odeboa omo baabi o ha otimi tu kwan kwhye ho na option mienu na oboa omo munye sei a metimi awone mo fa ahodie no ena oyeye mfie bebre achi no wo mo a abedi Kwame Nkrumah de ofiri akonya no so mutu ni free so no amampanyina hodo abedi ade a Ghana ha no epese omo paint picture bi kire yen ya mmofra no ana oman mufo no se Ghana ye ho kire ye ne esanse Kwame Nkrumah ade sika bi koboa amanya hodo Nansia Haiti enya amo atwe ncham Ghana eyi sika de koboa omo hono bu kina Japan a oye individual akra no mete se ono so eyi sika de koboa ye enti solidarity eya ade a ewo ho free administrative besi ne what you say enti no Kwame Nkrumah anyi sika ankoboa African countries say opeso oboa mo keke but na enema mienu. One, it was obligation on him to help other African countries to win their independence. Why is it important for them to win their independence? Because onon ko an waje independence are obebre ye pese ye ne Britain hihye mrabi empo na ye hia amanya hodo a amanya independence ama o mato aba ebe ye Ghana nko a ye ntimi wene anu bi na speech na tie no o ma speech ni wie no omo to aba no eka countries too pe komoji tumu a anka yenya United States of Africa and ammo. So now that I've cleared the issue of the Pan-African Congress and the obligation that was on Kwame Nkrumah to make sure that the African continent wins its independence was so important, and he did not do that just because he wanted to become the leader of the continent. No, it has substance. It was important. It was important for him to do that. And to talk of if he has spent all the money in Ghana, let me tell you something. At the time of Kwame Nkrumah's rule, the amount of projects, the amount of factories, industries that Kwame Nkrumah had built in Ghana, if the leaders who overthrew him had the technical know-how, the wisdom, the intelligence to maintain and run those factories, there's no way Ghana should be complaining about that chicken change that Kwame Nkrumah gave to other African countries. No. There was no way Ghana should be complaining about some amount of money Kwame Nkrumah gave to other African countries. You understand? Because with unity we stand, division we fall. Today, tell me one African country that can rub shoulders with any of the countries outside of Africa. No. It is all because of this unity. And those of you who don't know, even in the European Union, and before I talk about the European Union, let me also make it clear to you that the European Union copied the European Union from the African Union. They didn't have anything like that. It was when Kwame Nkrumah established the African Union that the Europeans also learned and established the European Union. Inti mu amuni mu no, European Union da ho kese sa no, abrinya nyina no, ye wo aman binom a omo economy no eso, into omo boa other African countries or other European countries ama omo enya omo independence. Emma omo enema koso besi ne ye wo omo a omo sacrifice emma the smaller ones. It happens in every block. And to think say Kwame Nkrumah did something wrong by spending some money from Ghana on other African countries, who told you say when the United States of America say omo pre a man be other kind United States of America no, they didn't spend money on those countries? No, they spent, and they had to, because one spend it sky our mo or no other blocks some person mo edi omo come no e be spend it e don be come ho. It's just like that. And for me, from the fact that I've read and the critical analysis that I've made, I will not blame Kwame Nkrumah for spending money on other African countries and say because he spent money on Guinea, that is why Ghana is suffering. That is childish. That is lame. That should come from apparatchiks. You understand? Kwame Nkrumah helped other African countries with Ghana's money and also built more than 300 factories. Ghanaians were going shifts. You go to work at this place, you close, you work like maybe 3 hours, you close, you come home, relax a bit, and go to work at different place. Where are those factories? And those who overthrew Kwame Nkrumah said that he mismanaged the economy, he mismanaged whatever. So you came to take over, and you've never been able to make anything that is greater than what Kwame Nkrumah has done. Meanwhile, those who overthrew Kwame Nkrumah have had the best of opportunities, the best of monies that they can borrow and all of that. They've got that. But where do we see the money they borrow going to? Every money that Kwame Nkrumah may be borrowed, okay, you could see something that he did with it. So it's like blaming your father, your dead father, who built you 100 houses and you are 10 kids, and after his death You've sold all the houses and you are now poor people, and you are blaming your dead father for being the reason why you are poor. I think that is the meaning of that argument that Kwame Nkrumah gave other African countries money. That's why we are poor. It's neither here nor there, because he also built everything that Ghana needed to stand on to become what we want to become. But because those who overthrew him didn't have the vision, the idea, the intelligence that he had, and because out of politics and enviness, they thought getting him out of the way, they could do better than him. And that's why we are here. 53 years after he was overthrown, or after our independence, that's why we are here. Today, if you want to see the things that are sustaining us, it's not what these two parties that have ruled after Kwame Nkrumah have done. It's rather what Kwame Nkrumah has done that is still sustaining us. So, for those of you who want to understand the obligation that was on the head of Kwame Nkrumah to help other African countries, go and read more about the Pan-African Congress. And if possible, if you want to get a better understanding, get to know, read about the resolutions. And I will challenge you to do a bit of research and learn also about what resolutions means when it comes to congresses. And 3, we should understand that if you are the only rich man in your community, in actual sense, you are the poor. You are the poorest of all. Because if Kweku needs money, he comes to you. If Amma needs money, he comes to you. So every wise rich man among the poor will do this. You call them one by one and give them money to establish some business that will bring returns, so that when they need money, they go into their own pockets. You may patch and say, "More money I say Kwame Nkrumah eyi Ghana sika ede ebo other African countries no." It is say wone sikania wo o mantam, sikania wo ukrum ana boga wabafie boga ofia wan na efie for extra ebisa sika and I even abontensofo enti saa sikani na wote baabi a ahiafo nko na atwa ho ahia no sa opo osumdua a fra ahiafo no maako bisa obi a business obetimi aya e discover breno all ma hobby ha bisa obi a business obeya e mane ma ho na mani sika na wonfa nko sa business ni na wasan dia tunitimi say business na wo ye no wasade ne say won so ujira won aso wi a obeboa another person awo ye kuro emu mo no so gira ne na so mini papa bi a yes ade no Ghana ha me sabra me no kase obie business big company no apem ranche be se du no ade ahye mo sa mo manage mo ye yi a mo so mo mie bi mfa mani pa foforo na mo so manage eye yi a yo mo dia. That is the idea Kwame Nkrumah had. That's the mentality Kwame Nkrumah had. So if you don't have all this background, you'll be sitting there and accusing him, lambasting him, insulting him. I saw people saying he's greedy, he's this and all of that. No. For your information, the only leader in Ghana that did not have and has never had a plot of land in his name, and it's not because somebody stopped him from having, it was his personal policy that he's not going to own a property for himself. And when he was asked, what will happen to your children when you are dead, he said, when I'm dead, the state will take care of them. Kwame Nkrumah and one fat Ghana plot back Anthony Dimu to say there, Oba Ghana ha, Ubehu Rollins fie be mi nu anamiensa, President Kofo fie be se ba ko na mi nu anamiensa, Akufo-Addo de to see a President Akufo-Addo be president yi asase na eda ni fie ni mu a enya ne dia waje dia aka ni fie ni ho so ada ase ye be say for security sake but Kwame Nkrumah never did any of this. As a matter of fact, Kwame Nkrumah ebra na osi Peduase Lodge ne Ghana amampanyifo Mahama try say oton minim ne NPP for no say aton so dia and na nyama say aton Peduase Lodge wa bri kwan so no osi no mami bi ka tell me say no is CPP ni ba no say MP, the first MP from Brown Hafo e ka tell me say Madam Lucieni omusi Peduase Lodge no mo ka say oh finally Kwame Nkrumah ABC dan a okwa homije mo betenam enti omu nyina ya contribution party members ni nyina omu wie ya Kwame Nkrumah kotena GBC who announce say we dedicate this house or building to the state. My man say she nipa yi cause na da bia Kwame Nkrumah ka just on no onye property emana ho. This was the leader we had. O ye nipa enti obenya ne nan so, but for me say ye sua ade from both sides about Kwame Nkrumah yebonu say ne niema pa o ya ma o man no e doso e se niema boni a o ye so what I say and we can say na opetumi entina oko Guinea ye wo Guinea for ewo sika Kwame Nkrumah ti da so no. Yes, adwe bia obeye bia no ubenya ho eye esusu aso niema pa o ye edebo omunti no ebra ye tu no efi aban so asa omampanyini o Ghana ha no Guinea for ede no eye omampanyini na co-president omu create new office edeman as a co-president ewo Guinea na one omo president otiso no na eruli eye oman no we eye achievement all over the world leaders enyan ka omo pe but the whole world nipa ba ko pe na was a record as being president for two nations, you know. So to wrap up, what I'm saying is that because of his love for Africa, and his idea of unification for Africa, even when he was overthrown from Ghana, many countries were calling him to become their president at the time, and he chose to go to Guinea Conakry. And when you read from Kwame Nkrumah's book Dark Days in Ghana, the day they were making him the co-president of Guinea, the Guinea president said that the Ghanaian traitors who thought Kwame Nkrumah was a Ghanaian has failed. Kwame Nkrumah is a universal man. And that's what they said. They made a parade and installed him as a co-president of the country. So, if I have anyone to emulate, I think this man qualifies to be emulated. And I believe that this little information that I've given to you about why it was obligation on Kwame Nkrumah's path to help other African countries will help you to do further research. Don't believe what I've said. Do your own research. And as we celebrate our 63rd anniversary of our independence tomorrow, what I ask every Ghanaian, especially the youth, is that let's read one of about 17 books that Kwame Nkrumah has wrote, and let's have the spirit that he had. Let's have the selfless spirit that he had. And I think that it will help all of us to fight for the new independence that our continent and our countries need. Ghana, as it stands now, is no more qualified to be an independent country. We are only behaving like ostriches, hiding our head in the sand and thinking that our whole body is covered. we are actually worse than we being ruled by the British. But to say that we should call the British to come back is not an option. We just need to fight for the second phase of our independence, which Kwame Nkrumah was on his way fighting that he couldn't finish, which is the fight for economic independence. And how do we gain economic independence? You gain economic independence when you fight to control your resources, including your human resources, your natural resources and human resources. As it stands now, our natural resources are not in the hands of Ghanaians. And the human resources is also just run away from the country because the resources in the country is not serving our needs. We are running to the countries who are making use of our resources. This is deep. Ghanaians are running away from Ghana. Africans are running away from Ghana. Not because they so love the countries where they are running to. No. Ghanaians and Africans are running because the countries in which they are running to are the ones benefiting from our natural resources. And you need the natural resources to manage a human resource, or vice versa. The human resources need the natural resources to survive. And the former colonial masters are the ones benefiting from our natural resources. And that's why even when Ghanaians run to their countries, they're able to get something out of it. So today I'm putting at the back of your mind that if you live in England, you live in the US, you live in all the countries that colonize us and life is easy for you, it's not all because of their good programs and systems. It's because of the money they made during slavery and the money they are still making from your country because of your leaders who don't know what to do with your natural resources. So from slavery times, from colonization up to now, our resources are managed and used by other countries. And that's why when we go there, we're able to benefit from the surplus. This is a topic on its own. I'll be live maybe this evening for us to talk about that. But for now, today I want to tell you that Kwame Nkrumah did nothing wrong by spending Ghana's money on other African countries. It happens. The US today is spending money on other countries that they want to become their allies. If you read that base in Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah will tell you that at the time he wanted to import 1 million Africans to come and work in Ghana. Today, Ghanaians are fighting with Nigerians over who must sell on the streets of Circle and Accra. It's a shame. It's a shame. So I will leave it here and read some of your messages on Facebook, and then we'll call it a debate. The video will be uploaded on YouTube right after because the visuals on Facebook is not that strong. Okay. Thursday Valley said he was a hero, but he didn't acknowledge it, but others do see it. That was his end. All that we need now is another hero. We are in deep shit as a black people. Thank you. And Ousumax was the United States of Africa, USA, good vision. Justice Ofori says, waiting, let me see. Waiting for you, bro. Okay. Hajia Zanabu say hello family, and Sir T Nate says welcome Master DJ DJ One Love. Okay. And Kwajo Kumsin said this man was 60 years ahead his peers in the mind, but unfortunately our current leaders have made themselves holds and are behind 120 years now. This is interesting, but it's true. That money is not the downfall of Ghana. Thank you. That is Daniel Ashon. Shalom Kwame, don't say Amma be sweet. Okay. And Daniel Ashon comes in and says our present leaders are the downfall of Ghana. Nana Joa Kuma says, but that is what the ignorant people will say. Herbert Handyman says, Sajifo, the greatest African black of all time. Pan-Africanist, the money Nkrumah spent has been misunderstood by Ghanaians, and it has been used to tarnish the image of the black messiah to make us hate him, so we don't learn his ways. Thank you, Pan-Africanist. Stephen Appiah Anderson's good teachings. Najum says, exactly, bro. And some will say the money was worse than now, so he shouldn't have sent Ghana's money out. Also, some say he executed people for no reason. That would be another thing to talk about next time. Pan-Africanism says that we need to scrap all the subject in our schools and just learn about Pan-Africanism and see in just 2 years how Africa will be developed. Pan-Africanism is the only hope for Africa. Ras Nana says good work, bro, and Joseph Amwako says good morning, CSF. And let me see this one. And Anajimo Kuma comes against and says that, and Anajua Kuma says that, tell them, bro, they were just greedy and selfish. I keep saying that Ghana was the downfall of Africa. I don't understand this one. Okay, let me go down and see if there's no new ones then. Mickey Kamid K said, let's talk about how we can move on now as Africans. Nkrumah is an old issue. It's like we saying if Jesus came to die for the Israelite, has nothing to do with our moving forward in Ghana. Kwesi Bekwe said, I am going to print his image on my t-shirt soon. Yes, I used to have that t-shirt, and anytime I go to my hometown, people ask me, why is that t-shirt? And Nana Adjoa Kuma says, 63 years later and no improvement. Oh, Ghanaians, we are like crabs in a basket. That's that's so true. And let me see this one. Adjoa Ayebia Labi say, thank for your wisdom. Thank you too for tuning in and be part. I'm going to upload the rest of the show on YouTube at CSF TV, and please don't forget to share when you see the YouTube link. Finally, from Nana Joa Kuma, if you don't know your history, how do you fix your future? How dare you even compare Nkrumah to Jesus? Thank you very much. Once again, my name is Kwame Nkrumah, aka DJ Fuad, the public enemy who hates no one. Let me say a speedy recovery to our own fireman, Yahuda Quintana. Yeah, get well soon and come and give us all the powerful teachings that you've been giving us lately. So, once again, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is CSF TV, and also Common Sense Family. I will leave it here. I'll leave you in the hands of EL and Brafo. They call this one Kwame Nkrumah Part 2. And as I said, as we are in the month of Ghana Month or Heritage Month, I'll be coming your way once in a while to give you some history about Ghana and how to go forward. So once again, thank you for staying. Thank you for watching. My name is Kwabnabi Benitewi. I can call me DJ Fuaz. I am out.
sana usubeto no negare for dada before them just no weather homanema elom mebu ngomba go henechi o omamumu wabia otutu wanati amane naji from nimriketu yeah be anyway fiti preko dani odupon and when see na manada ni